What if I told you there's a free performance enhancer that improves memory, creativity, decision-making, emotional control, and physical health, and most people ignore it? It's not a supplement, it's not a hack, it's sleep. We live in a culture that glorifies hustle and demonizes rest. "I'll sleep when I'm dead" is celebrated. 8 hours of sleep is seen as lazy. But science tells a different story. Sleep deprivation destroys performance, health, and decision-making more than almost anything else. The most successful people don't sacrifice sleep, they prioritize it. Today, you're going to learn why sleep is your most powerful success tool and exactly how to optimize it for peak performance. Let's start with the cost of sleep deprivation, because most people don't realize how much it's sabotaging them. When you sleep less than 7 hours regularly, cognitive impairment, your focus, attention, and reaction time deteriorate to levels equivalent to being legally drunk. After 17 hours awake, your performance matches someone with a blood alcohol level of 0.05%. After 24 hours awake, equivalent to 0.10%, above the legal limit. Memory destruction. Sleep is when your brain consolidates memories. Without adequate sleep, you forget up to 40% of what you learned that day. Studying all night before an exam is counterproductive. You're destroying your ability to remember. Decision-making collapse. Sleep deprivation impairs your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for complex decisions, planning, and impulse control. You make riskier decisions, miss important details, and struggle with strategy. Emotional instability. Your amygdala, emotional center, becomes 60% more reactive when sleep deprived. Small annoyances feel like major problems. You're irritable, anxious, and emotionally fragile. Physical health decline. Chronic sleep deprivation increases risk of obesity, diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and early death. Your immune system weakens. You get sick more often and recover slower. The brutal reality: sleep deprivation makes you worse at everything while making you too impaired to realize how badly you're performing. You think you're functioning. You're not. Now let's flip it. What happens when you do sleep adequately? Memory consolidation. During sleep, your brain replays what you learned, strengthening neural pathways and transferring information from short-term to long-term memory. This is why sleeping on it actually helps you learn. Creativity and problem solving. REM sleep, dream sleep, creates new neural connections and generates insights. Ever wake up with the solution to a problem you couldn't solve yesterday? That's REM sleep working. Physical recovery. During deep sleep, your body repairs tissues, builds muscle, and releases growth hormone. Athletes who sleep more perform better and get injured less. Emotional regulation. Sleep resets your emotional baseline. Problems that felt overwhelming at night often feel manageable after good sleep. Your brain processes and integrates emotional experiences during sleep. Immune function. Sleep strengthens your immune system. People who sleep 7 to 8 hours get sick less often and recover faster when they do. Metabolic health. Adequate sleep regulates hunger hormones, leptin and ghrelin, making it easier to maintain healthy weight. Sleep-deprived people crave sugar and carbs and are more likely to overeat. Decision quality. Well-rested brains make better strategic decisions, see patterns more clearly, and think long-term instead of reactively. Sleep is when your brain maintenance happens. Skip it, and everything deteriorates. Prioritize it, and everything improves. The standard recommendation, 7 to 9 hours for adults. But here's what most people get wrong. They think they're the exception. "I function fine on 5 to 6 hours. Science disagrees. Studies show that less than 1% of the population are true short sleepers who function well under 7 hours. For the other 99%, thinking you function well on less sleep is a symptom of sleep deprivation itself. You're too impaired to accurately judge your impairment. How to know if you're getting enough sleep. Question 1. Do you need an alarm to wake up? If yes, you're probably not getting enough sleep. Well-rested bodies wake up naturally. Question 2. Could you fall asleep at 10 or 11 a.m.? If yes, you're sleep deprived. Well-rested people don't feel sleepy mid-morning. Question 3. Do you need caffeine to function? Caffeine can mask sleep deprivation but doesn't fix it. Question 4. Are weekends for catching up on sleep? This means you're chronically undersleeping during the week. The sleep debt reality. You can't catch up on sleep. Sleep debt accumulates and impairs performance even if you don't feel tired. One night of 5 hours doesn't just affect that day, it affects the next 3 to 4 days. Chronic sleep deprivation isn't fixed by one good night. It requires weeks of consistent, adequate sleep to recover. Individual variation exists, but for most people, 7 to 9 hours is non-negotiable for optimal performance. 8 hours in bed doesn't mean 8 hours of quality sleep. You need to cycle through all sleep stages multiple times for full benefits. Stage 1 to 2, light sleep, transition phases. Stage 3, deep sleep, physical recovery, immune function, memory consolidation. REM sleep, creativity, emotional processing, learning integration. Disruptions prevent you from reaching deep and REM stages even if you're in bed for 8 hours. What destroys sleep quality? Alcohol might help you fall asleep but disrupt sleep architecture, particularly REM sleep. Late caffeine. Caffeine has a half-life of 5 to 6 hours. Coffee at 4 p.m. still affects you at 10 p.m. Blue light exposure. Screens suppress melatonin production, delaying sleep onset. Irregular schedule. Going to bed at different times confuses your circadian rhythm. Warm room. Your body temperature needs to drop to initiate sleep. Hot rooms prevent this. Stress and anxiety. Elevated cortisol keeps you in light sleep stages. Large meals before bed. Digestion interferes with deep sleep. What improves sleep quality? Consistent sleep schedule, same bedtime and wake time, even weekends. Cool, dark room, 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 to 20 degrees Celsius is optimal. Total darkness helps. No screens 1 hour before bed. Read, stretch, or talk instead. Caffeine cutoff, none after 2 p.m. Morning sunlight exposure, regulates circadian rhythm naturally. Regular exercise, but not within 3 hours of bedtime. Relaxation ritual, wind-down ritual signals your brain it's sleep time. Quality sleep isn't passive, it's engineered through intentional habits. When you sleep matters almost as much as how you sleep. Your body has a natural circadian rhythm, a 24-hour internal clock regulated by light exposure. The circadian reality. Your body releases cortisol, wakefulness hormone, in the morning, peaking around 8 to 9 a.m. Melatonin, sleep hormone, rises in the evening, peaking around 2 to 3 a.m. Fighting this rhythm, staying up late when melatonin is high or sleeping in when cortisol peaks, disrupts your biology. Chronotypes, larks versus owls. Some people are naturally morning people, larks. Others are night people, owls. This is partially genetic. Your chronotype affects when you're most alert. But modern life forces most people into schedules misaligned with their biology. The optimal sleep window. For most people, the body is primed for sleep between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Sleep before midnight is often more restorative because it aligns with natural melatonin peaks. This doesn't mean you must sleep at 10 p.m., but there's biological benefit to earlier sleep. Consistency trumps everything. Your body thrives on routine. Going to bed at 11 p.m. consistently is better than alternating between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. Pick a sleep schedule and stick to it, even on weekends. Naps, strategic recovery. Short naps, 10 to 20 minutes, boost alertness without grogginess. Long naps, 90 minutes, complete one full sleep cycle, enhances creativity. Avoid naps after 3 p.m. They interfere with nighttime sleep. When you align sleep with your biology instead of fighting it, sleep quality improves dramatically.
The myth: successful people sleep less.
The reality: successful people prioritize sleep as their competitive advantage. Jeff Bezos: I prioritize 8 hours of sleep. If I get less, I make worse decisions. Bill Gates reads for an hour before bed, prioritizes 7 hours minimum. Ariana Huffington built a career advocating for sleep after collapsing from exhaustion, now sleeps 8 hours nightly. LeBron James averages 12 hours sleep, 8 at night plus naps during training season. Roger Federer, 12 hours per night. He credits sleep for his longevity. These aren't people sleeping their way to mediocrity. They're performing at the highest level because they prioritize sleep. The mindset shift. Sleep isn't time wasted, it's performance investment. The hour you lose sleeping is the hour you gain in productivity, creativity, and decision quality. Working 14 hours on 5 hours of sleep produces worse results than working 10 hours on 8 hours of sleep. The strategic sleep approach. Protect sleep like you protect important meetings. Schedule it, non-negotiable. Measure success by output quality, not hours worked. Recognize that sleep-deprived you makes mistakes that well-rested you wouldn't make. One poor decision from sleep deprivation can cost you weeks of work. High performers understand rest is not the opposite of productivity. Rest enables productivity. Here's what most people get backwards. They try to optimize everything else: diet, exercise, productivity systems, morning routines, while ignoring sleep. But sleep is the foundation. Everything else is built on top of it. Without adequate sleep, your diet doesn't work, hormones dysregulated. Your exercise doesn't work, no recovery. Your productivity systems don't work, impaired cognition. Your morning routine doesn't work, you're starting exhausted. With adequate sleep, everything else works better with less effort. Your willpower is stronger, your focus is sharper, your creativity flows naturally, your emotional control is effortless, your body recovers faster. Starting tonight, make one change. Go to bed 30 minutes earlier. That's it. Not a complete overhaul, just 30 minutes. Do this consistently for 2 weeks. Notice how you feel. Notice how you perform. Notice how decisions become easier. Then add another 30 minutes if needed. You don't need to sacrifice sleep to succeed. You need to prioritize sleep to succeed. Stop glorifying exhaustion. Start optimizing recovery. Sleep isn't laziness, it's strategy. Your best work happens after your best rest.